In 1862, the United States embarked on a massive, era-defining infrastructure project, the Transcontinental Railroad. It was aggressively marketed to the public as a triumph of American free enterprise and pioneer spirit, even though the project relied heavily on federal support. But behind closed doors, it was the ultimate inside job. While titans like Vanderbilt crushed rivals with blunt force market tactics, one man realized that fighting in the free market was a waste of energy. Why compete against the government when you can simply merge with it? His name was Leland Stanford. He didn't just lobby politicians, he became the governor of California, sitting on both sides of the table while public policy and subsidies helped the railroad he led benefit from state and federal support. Today, we decode the blueprint of legalized corruption and the birth of the state-sponsored monopoly. Before he was a titan, Stanford was a moderately successful merchant. But he and three partners, known to history as the Big Four, saw the ultimate opportunity in the Central Pacific Railroad. They faced a massive problem. Building a railroad across the Sierra Nevada mountains required staggering amounts of capital. Standard investors wouldn't touch the risk. Stanford's solution was brilliantly cynical. In 1861, he ran for governor of California and won. During his administration, state lawmakers and local governments approved major public aid measures. Take San Francisco in 1863. Under state authorization, voters approved a $1 million bond subscription to support the Central Pacific and Western Pacific, though city officials resisted and the bonds were delayed for years. Public policy often ended up favoring the very railroad where Stanford served as president. Stanford and the Big Four's strategy went far beyond state borders. With the passage of the Pacific Railway Act, the federal government authorized land grants and federal bonds, repayable under the law, tied to miles of track laid. But the Big Four didn't just want the operational profits of the railroad. They wanted the construction money. They utilized a separate affiliated entity, the Contract and Finance Company, to handle major building contracts. As directors of the railroad, they awarded massive contracts to this affiliated company. When the 1887 Pacific Railway Commission investigated the bond-financed railroads, they collected testimony and records detailing these exact contracting structures. Later historians and critics argued the structure allowed insiders to profit from construction contracts at terms many described as inflated. Much of the downside risk sat with public support mechanisms, while insiders captured outsized gains. In practice, it was a loophole-driven structure, hard to police under the era's patchy oversight. Even before the ceremonial golden spike was driven, Stanford and his partners were already expanding. With their immense war chest, they aggressively absorbed rival rail lines and key connections into San Francisco, including ferry links. By 1868, they took control of the Southern Pacific Railroad, founded in 1865, establishing outsized dominance over California's transportation network. They wielded enough influence that critics, and the public imagination, dubbed the corporation the Octopus, its mechanical tentacles reaching into much of the regional economy. Towns feared being bypassed, so many offered land, rights of way, and local incentives to secure a station. The railroad's routes and freight rates became weapons that could make or break local economies. They influenced rates and land values and built a powerful political machine that could stall, or shape, major regulations standing in their way. Leland Stanford used his astronomical wealth to found Stanford University, cementing a legacy of philanthropy that largely overshadowed the mechanics of his rise. But his true strategic legacy remains intact. He proved a chilling reality of corporate warfare. The ultimate competitive advantage isn't a better product. It's the power to leverage the state and write the rules of the game. Subscribe to The Strategy Fox as we hunt for the truth hidden in the ledgers of power. Drop a comment below. In today's economy, which modern corporations have blurred the line between private enterprise and government power? Who holds the modern equivalent of Stanford's political ledger?